Hello, I'm Ben White.
I'm Ariel Ben.
And this is a beginning swing dance class. You might hear this dance called Lindy Hop, or swing dance, or jitterbug, or East Coast swing. It's all part of a dance called Lindy Hop that we're going to be learning today. We're going to start off by standing on one foot. I'll be doing the leader part of the dance today.
I'll be doing the follower part.
And we're going to pick up one foot. The leaders are going to pick up their left foot.
Followers are going to pick up their right foot.
And we're going to take a step down onto that free foot. And then step back where you came from. And those two steps together are going to happen, but we're going to do the first one just a little bit behind yourself. So we'll go 5, 6, 7, 8.
Rock, step.
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 Awesome. So that rock step is your first little unit of step. The next thing we're going to do is called a triple step because it's made up of 3 little steps. It has a very specific rhythm. So listen for that real quick as we do it. We're picking up that same first foot and we go 5, 6, 7, 8.
Triple step.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Triple step.
And those can go back and forth. We're going to do one rock step, one triple step to the leader's left, follower's right, and then one triple step the other way. And that's the whole unit of footwork that you have to know for today's lesson. So let's do that all together. We go 5, 6, 7, 8.
Rock, step. Triple step. Triple step. Rock, step. Triple step. Triple step. Rock, step. Triple step. Triple step. Rock, step. Triple step. Triple step.
When you're doing those triple steps, you want to make sure that your feet stay pretty close together. You don't want to get out super wide MC Hammer style because that makes turning really difficult later on, right? So you want to keep things right underneath you, especially as the music gets a little bit quicker. Let's try that a little bit faster. Same thing we did before. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Rock, step. Triple step. Triple step. Rock, step. Triple step. Triple step. Rock, step. Triple step. Triple step. Rock, step. Triple step. Triple step.
We have to let you know, as soon as you're dancing with a partner or when you start running this on your own a little bit with music, you're going to have this thing happen where you forget the footwork. We recommend instead of trying to catch up with your partner and making your feet kind of go crazy, just take a little break. Stop, laugh casually, no, and then start with the next rock step whenever it comes around. So let's try that together with music. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Rock, step, triple step, triple step, 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 rock, step, triple step.
Awesome.
If you lose your place in the middle of the footwork, just pause, wait for the next rock step to come around, and then rejoin on the rock step. So that rock step is going to be your reset button. Let's try it again. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rock step, triple step, triple step, rock step, triple step, triple step, rock step, triple step, triple step, rock step, triple step, triple step. Awesome.
So you've got the footwork down. Now it's time to do it while holding on to another partner if you have one available. Leaders, it's important to know where your right hand is. So go ahead and find that. Make sure it's a little bit away from your sides. You've got some air in that armpit.
Followers, make sure you're standing on the right hand side of the leader.
And then leaders, you're going to take that free hand here, your right hand. You're going to place it kind of firmly but gently between your partner's 2 shoulder blades. If they have more than 2 shoulder blades, back away slowly. They might be a shark. But I'm going to take that hand. There's kind of a mountain of muscle running down this side of Ariel and this side of Ariel. And there's a valley of spine in the middle. I want to put my hand on the mountain of muscle.
Followers, you're going to take your left arm. It goes over the leader's arm. Go ahead and just drop it down to your side. Keeping your elbow relaxed, you're going to bend your arm. Depending on your heights, your hand might land on an arm, it might land on a back, wherever is fine. Just don't go for the top of the shoulder because then you're going to pull on your partner.
So from here, we're going to go, instead of doing this American Gothic thing where we're staring off into space, we're going to turn to face your partner, a little bit more like prom. We're going to turn to face you for a moment so you can see our feet. What's important here is that we're slightly offset. Our right foot points between our partner's feet. So we're not toe-to-toe like this. That's an easy way to step on someone's feet. We're going to be a little bit offset to the side. A great way to check that without tipping your head forward in your partner's face like this is to go, oh, that's your free shoulder. That goes to my center.
Same for me.
So from here, I'm going to have this hand down and in front. A great way to make this connection happen is pretend like you have a cup of coffee in that left hand, leaders. You're going to offer that coffee to your partner's elbow pit.
Oh, thank you. Followers, you're going to take your hand, you're just going to stick your hand all the way down inside that cup of coffee.
Really important little details here too. Number 1 is I want to make sure my thumb doesn't clamp down on my partner's hand, because the harder you think, the harder that's going to squeeze. You end up with a little grape-shaped bruise there. That's unfortunate. The other thing is we don't want to have this W for wrong in our connection. We want to have a U for underdog. So we're going to drop that down to about the waist level. And then everyone breathe in and go, oh. So just so you can see the whole thing, it looks like this. And we're going to do that same footwork we just did, but we're going to do it while holding on to another human being. So check your feet real quick, make sure they're offset. The hands should be in the middle of your partner's back, not tipping them up and not down toward the danger zone. Followers, your hand is right where Ariel's is, and the hand in front is staying low. I'm going to warn you, the harder you think, the higher this hand tends to float. It's like a thought barometer. Fight that urge. So we're down here like this. We're going to go, ka-dunk. Just kind of relax a little bit and do that same footwork you already know a million times. So we go 5, a 6, a 5, 6, here we go.
Rock, step, triple step, triple step. 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 Rock, step, triple step, triple step.
Awesome.
Leaders, make sure there's enough slack in your arms that both partners can step away from each other on the rock step. So we go rock, step. If you're holding on too tight to each other, it goes like this, which is not correct.
That comes off as aggressive.
Yeah. So one more time.
5, a 6, a 5, 6, here we go.
Rock, step, triple step, triple step. Rock, step, triple step, triple step. Rock, step, triple step, triple step. Rock, step, triple step, triple step.
Awesome, and you can keep practicing just that as long as you need to feel comfortable. You're already doing swing dancing, so put some music on when you're cooking and just get used to doing that footwork a million times. If you're feeling like, oh, we got this, and you want to add on a little bit more, the leader can actually turn their head to the right or the left, and that's going to work like a rudder. So if I want to spin around, we can go 5, 6, 7, 8. Rock, step, triple step, triple step. I look to the right.
Triple step.
And we're drifting that way. I can look to the left.
Triple step, triple
And we're drifting that way.
Rock, step, triple step, triple step. Rock, step, triple step, triple step. Followers, you want to try to look in front of you, so wherever your shoulders and chest are pointing, you're going to just look that way the whole time.
I'll show that one more time. We'll go 5, 6, 7, 8.
Rock, step, triple step, triple step. Rock, step, triple step, triple step. Rock, step, triple step, triple step. Rock, step, triple step, triple step.
Awesome. Cool. That's probably too easy by now because you've been practicing for hours on your own. So we're going to add on another move. So we're going to find that closed position, we call this. It's called closed because we have a closed circuit here. If we broke that circuit, it is now open position, but we haven't yet. We're in closed. So we're going to start with this hand low at the follower's waist level. Remember that thought barometer, keep it low. And we're going to bring that just higher than the top of their head. It's sort of a palm-to-palm, high-five position. There are lots of ways to do this hand on this turn. This is the one that's safe when you're starting because you won't hit your partner in the head. So I recommend it for beginners. So we're starting down here at the waist level, and then the leader's going to lift that hand and go kind of palm-to-palm.
Followers, you're just going to relax your arm and let them lift your hand.
And that comes back down. Practice that a few times and make sure the follower is not doing the lifting or there's no weird sweeping motions. It's just straight up and straight back down. We're going to do that during the first triple step. So we'll do one basic, rock, step, triple step, triple step. On the second time through, we're going to go rock, step, triple step, and bring that hand up. Let's try it together. 5, 6, a 5, 6, 7, 8.
Rock, step, triple step, triple step.
Here goes.
Step, hand comes up.
And you should be balanced on the leader's left.
Followers right.
And with this hand in the air. No one's turned yet. The hand is still on the back. We're all good to go. Let's try that one more time.
5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rock, step, triple step, triple step. Rock, step, hand comes up.
Awesome. So now we're all perfectly balanced. I'm going to keep this hand in the air out of the way. That's the drawbridge. It's already open. I don't have to do anything else with it. But that's signaled our turn. It hasn't actually done anything else. We're going to use the hand on the back to guide our partner through under this little bridge we just made. So during that next triple step, I'm going to use this right hand on the back, without moving my left one, to go triple step and encourage Ariel to move through underneath. A quick note about how much effort it takes to move a human. It's this much. Let's go over here.
Oh, okay.
That moved a human. It's not this much. Hadouken! Right? I want to keep it gentle but clear. I also don't want to go, because gently petting someone's back is situationally uncomfortable.
So from the front, it looks like this.
5, a 6, a 5, 6. Here we go.
Rock, step, triple step, triple step. Rock, step, hand comes up.
And then we're going to use that right hand on the back, leaders, during the last triple step to guide the followers through.
Triple step.
Awesome.
Followers, when you're stepping through, there's no rush. I'm going nice and slow, and I'm also keeping my steps small so I don't go too far.
Basic.
Step, triple step, triple
Then
step.
the turn.
Rock step, hand comes up, follows through, rock step. And you should end up facing your partner again.
Yep. Leaders, we should be back where we started, so we haven't moved at all. I'm going to come forward just a little bit with my partner here, but then I go right back where I came from. So I'm kind of the anchor on this thing. The other thing you might notice as we get through this turn, rock, step, hand comes up, follows through, and neither of us Novocane our arm. We keep that arm alive here. There's lots of reasons for that. One of them is it just looks better. Another reason though is if we want to go back to closed, we don't have to do any reachy grabby things. I can just go, oh, and we're already set up for that. So we have this so far. A basic.
Rock, step, triple step,
And a turn.
Rock step, hand comes up, follows through, rock step.
And there's always a rock step after everything. Right now we're just going to take it into more basics because we can dance out here as long as we want as well. Just remember to keep those arms alive. So we're going to try that whole thing. We have a basic, a turn, and then infinite basics, just doing the same footwork, but out here in open position. So we'll go 5, 6, a 5, 6, here we go.
Rock
Basic,
step, triple step,
and a turn.
rock step, hand comes up, follows through,
And a
rock
basic.
step, triple step, rock step, triple step.
Awesome. Cool, so right now you've got closed position basics. You've got a tuck turn. You have an open position basic. We're going to bring the followers back into closed now so we can make this whole cycle complete.
You'll notice that after we've gone through that first turn, the leader's hand is on top. That is A-okay, we'll fix it in a minute.
We're going to fix that by just reversing the turn that we just did. So I'm going to bring that hand in toward my right shoulder and higher than Ariel's head. And that looks like this. So we're here, we go through, here we go down, and you can practice this along with us. We just bring the hand in together, and we're back into closed. Now there's a couple of key things that we can do to make this comfortable for our partner and not sort of Yankee. Don't want to be that person. Once we're out here in open position, instead of waiting to the very end of the turn to catch Ariel, which feels a little more like being burped than danced with, sorry. I'm going to connect as early as I can with the first shoulder blade I see. So as I bring this hand up, I'm going to connect here with the flat of my hand. I'm not going to connect very hard though. I'm going to let that hand slide across Ariel's back to give lots of space.
Followers, I'm just going to shrug my shoulder and get my arm over the top. So I feel that hand on my back. I know we're going back into close. So I'm turning and then just whoop, shrug the shoulder up and over. If I need more height, maybe the leader's close to me, I can take the hand straight up and straight back down. What I really want to avoid is going with the elbow.
And there's blood and teeth everywhere and it's expensive on the dry cleaning. So that looks like this with a rhythm. We go basic.
Rock, step, triple step, triple step.
And a turn.
Rock, step, hand comes up, follows through. Rock,
Basic.
step, triple step.
Then the
triple
turn.
Step, rock, step, catch the back, shrug the shoulder, rock, step.
And from here you can keep doing basics as long as you want and go back and start that cycle all over again.
Followers, anytime your hand comes up for a turn, an important thing to remember is to keep your elbow pointing down. So when my hand lifts, I don't want my elbow to also lift because that can turn me in the wrong direction. For instance, if my leader is bringing me in this way, if my elbow comes up like this, I want to turn this direction, right? If my elbow stays down, then I'm able to turn in the correct direction.
So you have a basic and closed. You have a tuck turn. You have a basic and open position. You have a turn back into closed position. And you can repeat the cycle as many times as you want. The cool thing about social dancing is it's not choreographed. We'll start together right now with that basic turn, basic pattern that we've used in the class. But you can change that however you want. So leaders, feel free to put a lot of basics in between the turns. That makes it really nice for the followers because they can kind of recalibrate to where we're at. And it also makes it nice for us because I don't have to think, what's next all the time. I can just go, okay, cool. A few basics, enjoy the music, kind of find that groove, enjoy my partner's company. And when I'm feeling like, cool, it's time for a change, we just lift that hand up, guide the followers through, and now we can do infinite basics out here.
What I want the followers to focus on is good, clean footwork and actually taking your time and dancing through things. So we don't have to be perfect automatons just because the leaders are calling the shots right now. I'm actually trying to dance from point A to point B. Maybe all that means is you just put a little groove in your step.
So what we're going to do right now is dance that pattern that you already know. Basic, turn, basic, turn, basic. And then we're going to put those moves in a different order. You're welcome to put them in whatever order you want to put them into. 5, 6, a 5, 6, basic first.
Rock, step, triple step,
Here's the turn.
rock, step, hands up,
Basic.
through, rock, step, triple step,
Back to close.
rock, step, catch the back, shrug the shoulders,
Basic.
triple step, rock, step, triple step,
You're on your own.
rock, step, triple step, 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 step, triple step.
All right, you did it. That is your absolute beginner swing dance lesson from us at the Syncopation Foundation. This dance that you already know is enough to take you out swing dancing. So you can go to any ballroom nearest you and get out on the floor, and these moves will take you through the whole night. You can dance with people you don't know. You can dance with people who don't speak the same language as you. And a lot of the moves that you'll try and steal off other dancers in the room, those are based on this footwork pattern. So you can actually do that now.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're going to be sending more awesome swing dance content your way. If you want even more, you can go to patreon.com/Syncopation Foundation, where there's exclusive subscribers only content, move breakdowns, music, and all kinds of cool stuff.
Absolutely. And if you want to know more about swing dancing in general, or you just have a question on one of the moves we did, you can even post in the comments right down there.